Hello and welcome. We're looking at a review of the Good newspaper. This is January's edition. So happy New Year to you. And we're looking at new year, new start. So we've got some great stories for you here. Over to Mark then. Mark, tell us about the story you found.
Well, Happy New Year, everybody. And if you are scared of heights, you might want to look away now. I love skyscrapers, and the lead story on this month's Good newspaper is about skyscrapers. I have a love of skyscrapers. I'm a big city boy, and I was an artist, and I would always draw cityscapes. But here's a story of a young man, a 24-year-old, who takes his love of skyscrapers to a new height, literally. Now, for some people with a fear of heights, you wouldn't even be caught going up to the top of a skyscraper to take in the panoramic view. But this young man climbs skyscrapers, and I don't mean the stairs on the inside of the skyscrapers. He climbs on the outside of the skyscrapers. Now, if you're holding your breath already, get ready for this. He climbs skyscrapers without the use of ropes, but he does it for a purpose. He does it to save lives. Yes, he puts his own life in danger. Yes, he breaks the law. So yes, it's a controversial thing, what he does, but he's well aware of the controversy. He says he breaks the law to save the lives of unborn babies. So this has to do with the issue of abortion, a hotly contested issue. He believes that the Bible commands us to rescue babies from abortion. He also says, and I quote, "The truth is, we can only follow the law until the law of our government gets in the way of the law of God." So he, with a clear conscience, at least for him, climbs illegally on the outside of skyscrapers, risking his life to save the lives of unborn babies. Can remind us of another man who kept the law, but also gave his life so that we could have life. And of course, that points us to Jesus Christ. And for this new year, the Good newspaper, for example, has a couple of stories of men who made a commitment to Jesus Christ at the start of the new year. Perhaps you can get a copy of the Good newspaper, read about this man who's climbed skyscrapers, read the other articles, and think about perhaps making that new start yourself this new year with Jesus Christ. Colin, over to you.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, and you can actually see this the Good newspaper online. There is a digital version as well. We'll put a link on at the end of this video. The article that I'm interested in is a very short article. It's about a TV series called The Chosen, which has really been absolutely remarkable TV series about the life of Jesus and taken from a totally different perspective. It really brings the Bible narrative, the story in the Bible about Jesus, really alive. It says here it's been so popular that the first three seasons achieved an incredible 99% average audience score on the film review website Rotten Tomatoes. It's on Prime actually, if you want to watch it yourself. And it's on track to be the most translated series in history. They've got the last version. The last series is going to be out on a film, so try and find it at the local cinema. But check it out on Prime. I mean, what I liked about this little article, it talks about the main actor, the person who plays Jesus. His name's Jonathan Rumi, and he said he was struggling to find work for 20 years, basically running out of money. He fell to his knees in his apartment, gave his life to God, and had an spiritual experience. And he spent his last $20 on a big breakfast. Then when he got home, he found 4 unexpected checks had arrived. And a short time later, the producer of The Chosen called him and hired him as the lead actor. It's amazing. It's amazing. And it may seem unbelievable, but that's what God is. God is a God of miracles. And I've had it personally in my life where things have seemed rock bottom, prayed, and somehow God's intervened. And watching The Chosen, it really comes across something of the character of Jesus. There's a wonderful description of love in the Bible in 1 Corinthians chapter 13. And it talks about love being patient, kind, not having envy, keeping no record of wrongs. And the character of Jesus that comes across in The Chosen shows all those attributes. Love in a person. That's who Jesus is, and this TV series, The Chosen, really communicates that so well. I really would commend that to you. Mark, over to you.
Thank you, Colin. One thing I really enjoy about life and the Good Newspaper is it's not always the risky, the eye-catching, the fabulous life experiences like climbing the outside of a skyscraper. And this edition of the Good Newspaper reflects life. It's full of just people in ordinary, everyday, normal circumstances like you and I encounter most of our lives, who also consider or who actually have an encounter with Jesus Christ. So I encourage you to get a copy of the Good Newspaper, either read it online or get a physical copy. And I'm sure there's some story or some part of a story of this edition that will really capture you, captivate you, get you to ponder your own encounter with Jesus Christ. So happy New Year and happy reading.